Yo, what's up, guys? It's your boy Keep It Real MMA. Now, in between all of this mess, Dana White just announced a lot of the fighters have switched opponents. So it's what I expected, but I wanted to wait until Dana kind of announced it before I spoke about it on my channel. But apparently Khamzat had a medical condition, apparently, and the doctor told him to stop cutting weight, which, according to Dana, about Khamzat. But it still doesn't excuse Khamzat's behaviour in the way that he conducted himself in that fight. Not in that fight, in that weight miss. He literally looked like he didn't give a fuck and that he didn't respect anything. So I'm still going to hold him to clown status for that. But yeah, more importantly, let's go on to the fights. So we'll start with one first. Li Jingliang will now fight Daniel Rodriguez. That's a good fight. It's kind of not fair on the Leech because Daniel Rodriguez is basically going to be like 10 pounds heavier than him. Because don't forget, him and Holland were fighting at the catch weight, but it is what it is. I'm still picking the Leech in that fight, so obviously I got to go through new picks. Fucking thank you, Khamzat. Wanker. I'm going with Leech by third round TKO. I think he's going to outlast him and land the better shots and eventually put him away against the cage. I just think that the Leech has a better overall striking pattern, striking offensively than Daniel Rodriguez. And sometimes Rodriguez gets still when he's defending himself, and sometimes that's how he gets caught. So yeah, that's what I'm picking there. I got the Leech by third round TKO. And Khamzat Chimaev will now fight Kevin Holland. Now, a lot of people are saying this is punishing Kevin Holland in a way because of the back thing. How is this punishing Kevin Holland in any way? He's fighting the number 3 ranked guy. That's not punishment. And he's not even ranked, so... I'm still picking Khamzat, even though he's injured and missed weight. He wasn't drained at all, but even with like a weight miss, I'm still, even with an injury, I'm still picking Khamzat. I mean, Holland's grappling has improved mightily, but he's still getting, Oliveira's still taking his back, and Tim Means even took him down a couple of times, so it's not looking great. Holland has a solid chance, a much, much, much better chance than what Nate Diaz had. But, yeah, I'm going to go with Khamzat. Apparently, this is a 5-round fight, too. So, I'm going to go with a Khamzat 4-1 win. 4 rounds to 1, where I think Kevin Holland will mount like a little momentum and the commentators go, oh, he's landing good shots at the end and scrape the 5th round, basically, because Khamzat's a bit gassed. But that's what, that's all I can say. It's a good fight, though. I mean, I wish, Holland had more time to prepare, but either way, I'd still pick Khamzat. Khamzat's grappling is going to be too strong. His wrestling, his downwards pressure, it's going to be too strong for Holland, in my opinion. But I just don't see Khamzat being enough to finish him, in my opinion. But Holland is a tricky fighter, man. Holland's tall, lengthy, and he's good at popping shots on the outside. It's going to be a very tough fight for Khamzat, guys. Like in a way of the more you wouldn't expect. On the feet, he's going to lose this on the feet. It's going to be tough for him to get past that kicking range. But once he does, he's going to take down Holland and dominate him for 4 rounds, basically, in my opinion. So yeah, that's how I see that fight going. What a mess. And you know what that leaves? The main event will be Nate Diaz versus Tony Ferguson. I mean, it's the fight that I would have wanted in the first place. They're more even matchups. Yes, Khamzat's probably going to dominate Holland, but at least Holland has a much better chance than what Nate Diaz does. The Leech and Rodriguez is kind of like a similarly matched up kind of fight, same with Rodriguez and Holland was. But Nate Diaz and Tony Ferguson is a much more exciting and competitive fight. Keyword competitive. It's a way more competitive fight. And in that case, I'm going to pick Tony Ferguson in that fight. I don't think Diaz has enough power to put away Tony Ferguson like Chandler does, or finish him brutally like in a standing TKO like Gaethje did. I see Tony Ferguson being able to land elbows, cut Nate Diaz open a lot, spill a lot of blood, and just get in his face and land shots and, you know, do his fake sand throw and just being Tony Ferguson like he was in the first round against Chandler. And I think he'll carry him to a decision, like a 4-1 decision, but not a dominating 4-1 decision. He just takes over the fight as it goes on, just gets very strong 10-9s, but not dominant like Nate Diaz got absolutely demolished. So that's how I see that fight going. It's great fights, but what the fuck? I don't understand, man. This is all Chimaev's fault, man. But it's a mess, but I think Dana White kind of orchestrated this because it's convenient how this happens on Nate Diaz's last fight on his UFC contract. Because this is a fight he can win. He can easily win this fight against Tony Ferguson. There was no chance he was beating Chimaev. He wasn't. And Holland has a much better chance against Chimaev. So it's funny how it went from one-sided fights to very evenly matched fights, except for Leach and Rodriguez. Those two fights are kind of even anyway, but Holland has a much better chance against Chimaev, and Diaz has a much better chance against Tony Ferguson. It's crazy to me how it plays out like that. Like, I think Dana White kind of orchestrated this in a way. I don't know, because it's convenient that there's no backstage footage of the brawl. But I'm still going to go with what I see at the moment, and I am going to still slander Khamzat Chimaev because he still missed fucking weight. He's still a bitch. He's still a clown for doing that, because at the end of the day, right, like, whether there's a medical condition or not, bro, don't go on that fucking scale and smile and laugh and act like you don't give a fuck because you didn't, and then go on Twitter and blame Darren Till. Don't do that. See, you're still a clown, bro. But yeah, it is what it is, man. But I think this was orchestrated, man. And you guys need to chill, though, because you're saying that Khamzat needs to be clowned like Costa was. Costa was definitely clowned like Chimaev. There's no debate, he was. People were on Costa's ass, bro. On his ass. So come on, man. Don't get me wrong, he should be punished, and it should be an example of, it doesn't matter how high up you are, how high regarded you are, you're going to get punished either way. So, but still, people are on his ass, so chill out. They are on his ass. He does deserve it, like Costa deserved it. Because don't forget, right, Costa missed weight by a whole weight class and told Vettori that's his problem. You know, it's still a clownery, but it is funny. But it's the same with Chimaev, like coming on the scale and laughing. It's funny, but it's just clownery. It does piss me off. So it is what it is. Keep running up the videos, guys. Thank you so much for rocking with me. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.